G'day everyone, welcome to another episode. So this episode, I'm going to show you how to replace the rope that goes down to your swing keel on the Max. What happened a long time ago there, actually I'd pulled it up and the outside of the rope, the sheath that goes around it, just basically stripped away. And we've been getting away with it for a long time now, and I think today is the day to change it. So stay tuned everyone. If you like our videos, please hit that like button, the big thumbs up down there. That helps us a lot. And definitely subscribe to our channel and possibly even go back from the beginning, and this is probably where you'll see where we were first looking for a boat, which was everyone's been there at one stage, even if this is your second or third boat. But yeah, by all means, go back, episode 1, watch them all through, and see what we've done to our Macgregor X there. Okay, so you can see what we've done to the line here. That was basically what happened. It would have been probably the first weekend out in the boat. I pulled it up. I actually pulled it up from the back there, and rope being old and crappy, it just sort of stripped away. Now, we've been doing with this for a long time, but I've been going gentle, and I guess I'm just, waiting for the moment when I pull up to the boat ramp there, and I want to pull the keel up, and it's going to snap on me, and then I'm going to be in all sorts of strife because it's going to be in the water, means I'm going to have to go for a little diving expedition. So yeah, today once again we're going to show you how to replace this new line and everything, how to drop the swing keel. Okay, so underneath the Mac, this is a swing keel, goes all the way along and it fits up nicely inside the hull there. Okay. And so basically it's just I would imagine it's a U-shaped long bracket, and we've just got a pin that goes all the way through there. And so I thought I'd show you this little bit underneath first before I unbolt it from the top. Always handy if you have two people, but if not, put something like a tire on the ground or something like that for the swing keel to drop down nicely onto. So now what I've done is I've got trucks myself, so I've slid a truck tyre underneath with a car tyre. I'm actually going to leave the rope attached to the swing keel, so that way then it'll hold, it'll have some sort of holding up. When I unbolt the front bit, I'm expecting that will actually drop down, and I want it to drop down nicely on that tyre. So right here is where the bolt comes through for the swing keel. So this is situated under the forward seat on the starboard side. This is in the Macgregor X, of course. So that's basically where we're going to unscrew the thread, and our swing keel should just drop nicely through onto that tyre. Okay, so this shot is basically the little bracket coming out. Now there are grooves that the bracket does have to go back into, so but it's pretty self-explanatory. Let's pull that out, have a look. There's the bolt. Now I can give this a... Now I think I can give this a bit of a clean up too while she's out, give her a bit of a birthday, neaten her up a little bit, make it look better. Someone's put the rubber seal on there. I'll create my own rubber seal. Now, I want to point an issue with a lot of the Macs, what I hear all the time, is I like to call it the Mac slap. Okay, so when you're anchored up, what happens is your swing keel's down, and you'll get that whenever a wave comes through, the dunk 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 dunk. We all know it, right? So I'm going to try, because what I've noticed is this is the bracket we've seen come out before. That's how much leeway we have. So when the boat rocks, you hear that, yeah? So there's a bit of space in here. So what I'm planning to do, there might be shops where you can buy these from, but of course DIY myself, I'll do it myself. I'm going to use 10mm rubber mat, thick rubber mat, hard matting, not anything foam or anything. And I'm actually going to put it on the inside of these and drill out a hole for that diameter pin, the pin that goes through here. So basically what will happen is that there'll be two rubber blocks on the inside here, which will sit over, and I think if we can stop a little bit of the sideward motion with the swing keel, I think that might, even if it stops a little bit of it, it's definitely worth a go. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so I've got my my bracket over at the table here. I'm going to give that a nice little sand up. So you might remember this rubber matting I used to increase the height of my steering, my steering column, the hydraulic ram. If you haven't seen that one, check it out. Okay, so I'm going to put this one on here, and I'm just going to use the Stanley knife. I've already got one straight edge, so I'm just going to use the Stanley knife and just cut around it. I want this thing to be the same shape. Now that my two side blocks are done for down here, I'm going to do something up here as well. Now when I pulled this out, there was a massive silicone and all sorts of stuff there. It was all not sealed, okay? It was basically just sitting there old and loose, you know, just someone had just smashed it full of it in there. So I'm actually going to use another rubber block. Well, cutting that up so it's a bit neater, and I'm going to put that in there, and so when the nut tightens on from here, it's going to really compress this down, and this will hold out basically any sort of water. And I will put a little bit of silicone on there, but I just want a little bit of extra barrier there. But I'm going to trim this down now, get it looking a bit neater, put a hole through it, and get it going. Okay, so I grabbed the drill bit, that bit at this dimension. When you pull it out, just check your own. It's no point in me giving you this size. You know, over the years someone could have put something in thicker. So pull it out, check it out. So I drilled my hole. You can see that's not perfect in the sense of all the way through and everything like that, but I guess this is why I did this. That sits nice and tight around our little pin here. So that's actually what I want. That's exactly what I want. Okay, look at that. So I don't want it loose. I want this to be nice and solid around here. So this isn't the bit that's really turning so much. The actual keel, when it sits in here, is turning on that. Okay. Okay, so I'm back up top now. You can see the old line. I mean, I think, there you go. If I pull that, it's been coming apart for a long time, and I think it's time to replace it. So what I've bought here, just basically from one of the marine shops there, beautiful rope, and I've got my verniers on there, and we're looking, I think, at basically about 6 mil there. And so that's what I'm going to run through. So this is how I'm going to do it. So I've taken the sheath off it, because I know if I tape that to it, it's a good chance the sheath will pull out and all is lost. Don't make the mistake of when you drop the keel is let the rope go through. You know, you might feed it through, happy days, and it might be perfect, but it might not. So don't take the risk, because if you do take the risk and it doesn't work out, I think personally you're in all sorts of strife there. So I'm going to tape this up now. We could splice it, but you know, it's only something you get done really quick, get through. So I'm going to tape all this up. Nice big thick electrical tape. With any luck, that'll feed through the hole, and I'll have new rope shortly. Beautiful. Okay, guys, I've got the swing keel out now. Now, I've heard a lot of reports there where people say they're actually really heavy, and that was what was concerning me, hence I put the tyre down. But picking it up, I can probably literally, I can pick it up easily, you know. But anyway, so swing keel here, just want to point this out, you've actually got a smooth side. Now that is the side where the rope will enter from coming through the boat. That's the side it'll enter. Now, if you spin it over, you'll see an indent there, okay? So that's basically how they've done it. They've just tied a knot through it. I'll probably do something similar. I probably wouldn't have so much of a leading edge after the knot, because I figure that when you're going up and down, that could be a little bit of friction for when you're pulling it up. If you might feel something, which I have actually, you might feel something go, oh, there's a tight point there. So I'm going to make mine a lot shorter, but just make sure that knot's going to slip, because if that knot slips, we're all in a world of strife. We won't be able to get the keel up. Now that's a super tight fit, that. Cut that back, do a knot, well, cut that back, seal it off with a lighter because it'll melt, so it won't fray, and then I'll put a little knot in here, and away we go. Knot is all nicely done, you can see that, it's not going to slip. I've heat sealed the end off, and I just put a bit of tape around the end there too, just to get this material around there, the sheath around it a bit better, because I sort of hacked it apart a little bit. But anyway, the main thing is this knot, I've just done a single knot because I want it to sit inside the alcove. There, I don't want it protruding out. I've only got a little tail on it. Definitely leave a little tail, because as that pulls tight, that'll move down a bit. So if you cut a tail off too short up here, that knot doesn't have very far to travel before it can slip off. And by the time it gets down here, especially once it gets wet, she won't move at all. Once it gets wet, she'll be there for good. So I'll pull that through. See here? Right. So you can see that there. So I'll pull nice and tight. The knot protrudes a little bit above, but it's actually not too bad. It still falls within the thickness of here, so it should have a clear run down. Okay, g'day. So normally I would see the project through with filming and so forth like that, but basically all you need to do is reverse the way it came out. Now what I did was, of course, used a good mate of mine, Justin, up the road for two of us to one to go underneath and lift the keel up, because it's got to go through that little bolt hole, and the other one just to put a couple little threads on the nut. I'm sure there is a way you could probably do it single-handedly, which is what, as you know, normally I try and do, but two people is definitely makes life a lot easier. So you're probably wondering why I'm standing here all of a sudden. Some of my followers will probably know already, so please don't put anything down in the comments yet. But stay tuned to our channel, subscribe, like it, share it to your friends. You know, if you've got a smart TV, put it on smart TV. It's tenfold better than computer or telephone. It's really good value. So give it a shot. Alright, cheers. Till next time guys, love yous.